So I'm not gonna lie, so far I have really enjoyed Season 3. A lot of the things that they have added are really, really great. Gunfight is one of the things that I've been enjoying the most. It's just fun to hop in and play. I really hope they add back gunfight tournaments. The adjustments to Warzone, changes to movement, changes to weapons, in my opinion, have all been really, really good things. However, if you haven't been on Twitter or you haven't seen anyone's videos yet, DMZ is starting to become pay to win, and they just dove right into it in a much bigger way than I thought they were ever going to. You see, the thing with DMZ is it's an extraction shooter. You go in, you get kills, you get loot, you try to get out with it. That's the most important part. But if you can pay to immediately have better loot, better loadouts, and have an advantage on all of the other players who don't want to pay, you are immediately at a disadvantage. And that's exactly what they have tried to sneak into the game with Season 3. And I wanted to make a video addressing it, sharing with you guys what exactly this is, and then we're going to break it down and talk about how it can be fixed and where they should go moving forward. Because if you ask me, there's a pretty big problem here. So if you didn't know, I actually really enjoy DMZ. I've been playing solo for a little while. I have a couple episodes of that over on my second channel, which you can find down in the description. However, with Season 3, they added a few new things in. Not only can you craft weapons and craft various different items, but they also added in active duty soldiers. And when you go to equip one of these, you can kind of recruit an operator and choose any sort of operator that you want. If you want to play as Price, you can play as Price. If you want to play as Vargas, you can play as Vargas. But when you select one of these, there isn't really any difference. So if I pick Soap, it's just I am playing as Soap, and then I can equip my gear from there. However, they then took this a step further. If you go into the store, you're going to see that there is a new type of bundle called a DMZ bundle. When we go to this, you can see that each of these bundles has individual aspects that is going to change the gameplay of DMZ. The first of which is for the character named Fender. Now, with Fender, if you choose him as your active duty soldier, when you spawn in, you are immediately going to have a medium backpack. Not to mention, when you buy this bundle, you also get a 4th active duty slot. Now, that part I would not say is pay to win whatsoever. However, immediately having a medium backpack, something you would normally have to go in game, find, loot, and take, or even buy at a buy station, you are just given it instantly when you start playing. On top of this, it comes with a weapon blueprint, and essentially what this does is if you use this as your insured weapon, your cooldown is reduced by 15 minutes. Originally, I thought it was just 15 minutes, but I think the cooldown is just 15 minutes less. So in other words, you can use your insured weapon sooner. And if more of these come out, you just put one of these in each of your insured slots, and then all of a sudden your faster cooldown on all of your insured weapons, and basically every time you spawn into DMZ, you're going to be able to have an insured weapon. So not only can you get a medium backpack every time you spawn in, you also have a faster insured weapon. And you can only get this from buying a bundle. Now, coming to the game on April 22nd, we have the classic Ghost Pack. This is going to be another DMZ bundle. Now, I don't know what I can show you because this is data mine, so I'm just going to show you certain parts of the bundle. The first part that we have is there's 2 different operators that are both Ghost. I'm not sure if the exact same bonus effect in DMZ. However, the first of which is you spawn in with a 2-plate armor vest. So by buying this bundle, every time you spawn into DMZ, you're immediately going to have more health than anyone just spawning in fresh. Normally, it's a 1-plate vest that you have. This time, you're going to spawn in with a 2-plate vest, immediately having more health. This bundle also comes with 2 different weapon blueprints that I'm assuming have a 15-minute faster weapon cooldown as well. Also, the extra player slot. So by buying this, you have more health in game and you get your insured weapons faster. Now there is another bundle coming later on in the season called Rose and Thorn. So if you're playing DMZ and you go to your active duty soldier and you choose this version of Rose, when you spawn into DMZ, you get a UAV for free. You just spawn in with it, no questions asked. Now, that doesn't seem like a big deal for one person, but say you're playing with an entire team of people using this character skin. Every single one of them is going to spawn in with a UAV every time. That's 3 UAVs a game. That's incredibly powerful within DMZ. Not only that, this one also comes with 2 weapon blueprints that have a faster cooldown as well. So to add to this, we have the Dark Rituals 2 Tracer Pack. This is the exact same thing, comes with 2 weapons that are insured faster, as well as the Operator, where if you use this one, you spawn in with a self-revive kit every single time. An item that I always try to have on me when I'm playing solo DMZ, as it's very important. Now, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about this, saying it's just straight up pay to win. It is horrible for the game. And in general, I agree, but I haven't heard the one complaint that I think way more people should be saying. You're buying this bundle, but the other thing that you are buying is quite literally items in game. By buying these bundles, you're buying a self-revive kit. You're buying a 2-plate armor vest. You're buying UAVs in game with real world money. Yes, you can use them multiple times, but you're buying items in game for money. I don't think there's any other way to say that. You are buying a UAV every game when you buy this bundle. And straight up, the only way to get these sort of things, the only way to get blueprints that have faster cooldowns, the only way to get characters that give you items in game is to spend real world money and buy them. That is pretty much the definition of pay to win, or at least, very least, pay for quite a large advantage. So yeah, it is pay to win. So the question from here is, they're only going to get more egregious with this moving forward. There's going to be more and more bundles like this with various different things that it gives you in game. Is there going to be a character that gives you a 3-plate vest? Is there going to be a character that gives you a precision airstrike? Is there going to be characters that spawn you in with a skeleton key that unlocks every door? They could do all of this. Now, the last one, I doubt it, but they could, is what I am saying. So the question from here is, how do you fix this and how do you write this? I think it's easy to say that this is just wrong for the game. It takes away from a big portion of it, which is looting and trying to find those things and get them in game and extract with them. If you spawn in with them every game, that is kind of pointless. Now, giving your character a boost and an advantage when you spawn in based off of who you're using, I don't think is necessarily wrong. Having to pay for it is. So how do we fix this? I think there is 2 options. So first of all, when we go into our active duty soldiers, what we should be able to do is, if I want to dismiss this operator, sure, let's do it. If I recruit an operator, whenever I go to any of these characters, no matter what skin I'm using, no matter who it is, each of them should have their own advantage. So let's say, for example, if I spawn in with Alejandro, I get a 2-plate vest. If I spawn in with Valeria, I get a UAV. If I spawn in with Captain Price, I get a large backpack, so on and so forth. Each of the operators with their own bonus. This would work for many reasons. First of all, some of the operators you just have to straight up buy with bundles. So Activision and Infinity Ward would be able to have individual characters that have different things that you still have to buy. But each character would have their own bonus, and it would be a much more of a level playing field. It wouldn't be the only way you could get these bonuses was spending money. Each of the operators has them, so it's less uneven. Now, the other part that's hard is the insured weapon cooldown. When you have this weapon, your insured weapon cools down faster. That is a little bit of an issue. Now, it's only 15 minutes, and that's very easy to counteract in game, but hey, it's an advantage nonetheless. One way they could deal with this is have it so that different types of weapons, so say sniper rifles, cool down in 2 hours, whereas SMGs cool down in an hour, so on and so forth. Then each weapon would have a different cooldown timer, and you could buy your blueprints based off of what type of weapon you like to use. It's not just necessarily linked to only buying stuff. Now, you may be wondering why I didn't say from the very beginning, just remove this feature altogether. And that's because that simply isn't going to happen. People have already bought these bundles and they're here to stay. They're going to be there. So we got to find a way for Activision to have their cake and us to be able to eat it. And I think the only way to do that is have all of these operators, everyone in game, everyone that you've unlocked, to have it so that they actually give you some sort of bonus as well. And they have to be even. One operator that you pay for can't give you a 3-plate vest, while the other operators that are free only give you a 2-plate vest. They got to be even. And yes, there can be advantages or differences in certain characters if Activision still wants to make their money that way. And yes, it still will be a bit pay to win, but hey, then it's a little bit more even and much less pay to win. Because as of right now, I really think that this could be the downfall of DMZ. If all of a sudden you can just pay for in-game items, that ruins the entire point of an extraction shooter. At least that's what I think. But you can let me know what you think down in the comments. I think this is insane, but like I said, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making